Japan is an island nation in East Asia, located in the Pacific Ocean off the eastern coast of the Asian continent, comprising four main islands, Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku, and thousands of smaller ones. Japan is known for its unique blend of ancient traditions and cutting-edge modernity. With a population of over 120 million people, it is one of the world's most technologically advanced and culturally rich countries. Japan boasts a deep historical legacy that includes samurai warriors, Shinto shrines, and centuries of imperial rule, while also being a global leader in robotics, automotive engineering, and popular culture through anime, cuisine, and fashion. Despite its limited natural resources, Japan has built a powerful economy, ranking among the largest in the world. Its society is renowned for discipline, harmony, and a strong sense of community, making it one of the safest and most orderly nations globally. One unique thing about Japan is its concept of wabi-sabi, a traditional aesthetic and worldview that finds beauty in imperfection, impermanence, and simplicity. Unlike many cultures that value perfection and symmetry, wabi-sabi embraces the natural cycle of growth and decay, celebrating the rustic, weathered, and incomplete. This philosophy influences Japanese art, architecture, design, and even daily life. You can see it in the quiet elegance of a cracked teacup, the worn steps of a centuries-old temple, or the fleeting beauty of cherry blossoms falling in spring. Wabi-sabi reflects a deep respect for nature and time, offering a quietly profound way of seeing the world that is uniquely Japanese. Japan is quietly drifting into a new era, one defined not by expansion or innovation, but by contraction, solitude, and silence. The nation, once known for its post-war miracles and industrial rise, now finds itself at the forefront of an entirely different phenomenon: demographic implosion. Each day in Japan, the air seems a little quieter, the schools a little emptier, the trains a little older. The country's population is not just shrinking, it is aging into uncharted territory. And as Japan enters 2025, it confronts a pivotal moment, long foreseen but never truly reckoned with: the so-called 2025 problem, the year when all of Japan's post-war baby boomers, its largest generation, officially cross into old age. It is not merely a statistical marker. It is the turning of a societal tide, a slow but irreversible transformation of every aspect of Japanese life. This vast wave of elderly citizens is not just growing, it is overwhelming the systems that once nurtured them. For decades, Japan has boasted one of the highest life expectancies in the world, thanks to its efficient healthcare, stable society, and a cultural emphasis on diet, community, and routine. Yet the very success of its post-war model is now its burden. People live longer, but fewer are born. The result, a country slowly and steadily running out of the young. In 2024, only about 720,000 babies were born, the lowest number since record-keeping began and the 9th consecutive year of decline. Contrast that with the early 1970s, when births topped 2 million annually. Marriages have also fallen, with fewer than 500,000 couples tying the knot last year. What's most striking is that the problem isn't that Japanese people no longer want children. Among married couples, the fertility rate is nearly 1.9, well above that of many other developed nations. But the catch is this: fewer people are marrying in the first place, not because of cultural rejection, but economic paralysis. Japan's youth, especially men, have been economically weakened by decades of wage stagnation, unstable job markets, and rising living costs. In a society where financial security is often seen as a prerequisite for marriage and parenthood, millions now find themselves indefinitely stuck in limbo, too poor to settle down, too unsure to plan for a family. The result is a society caught in a quiet standoff with itself. Policymakers, aware of the long-looming fertility crisis, have launched wave after wave of incentives: free daycare, subsidized childbirth, parental leave schemes, tax breaks. More recently, efforts have become even more creative. Some local governments have shortened work weeks to give employees time to date. Tokyo even launched a government-run dating app, complete with background checks and algorithmic match suggestions. But these measures amount to putting out a forest fire with a garden hose. The real issue is structural. The Japanese economy and its social norms have outgrown the systems that once supported them. For much of the 20th century, Japan was a monolith of homogeneity, culturally, racially, and socially. It prided itself on its tight-knit cohesion. Immigration was minimal. The outside world was welcomed only cautiously, and foreigners rarely stayed long. But necessity is a powerful solvent. As Japan's labor pool evaporates and its population ages into dependency, the nation is opening its doors, if not loudly, then at least consistently. Foreign workers are now essential in hospitals, nursing homes, restaurants, and construction sites. Quietly and without fanfare, Japanese neighborhoods are being transformed, not radically but incrementally. In places like Kirigaoka, an aging suburb nestled between Tokyo and Yokohama, the face of Japan's future is quietly taking root. Here, Indian families like that of Vidya, a mother of two, have established routines and relationships that blend the local with the foreign. Her children attend the Indian school down the street. She volunteers at a community cafe that brings locals and newcomers together over curry and miso soup. Japanese pensioners drop in for conversation, while newcomers practice Japanese phrases and learn the art of onigiri making. It's a fragile dance, but one that reflects the deeper possibility of cultural fusion, not as an ideal, but as a matter of national survival. Still, immigration alone cannot reverse Japan's demographic tide. The country would need millions of new arrivals, enough to change the cultural DNA of a society that still wrestles with the meaning of inclusion. Even if Japan were to dramatically increase its intake, the infrastructure, housing, education, systems, and local tolerance for mass migration would be tested in ways the country has never experienced. And yet without it, Japan faces a future of vanishing villages, shuttered schools, and a national economy stuck in low gear, with too few workers and too many retirees. This shift has already begun to reshape Japan's economy in subtle but profound ways. Whole industries are pivoting to cater to the elderly. At Ito-En, Japan's largest tea producer, there is now a thickened version of its best-selling green tea, designed to be easier for elderly customers to swallow. At Unicharm, adult diaper sales have long surpassed baby diapers. The robotics industry, once associated with factory efficiency and android companions, is now churning out machines designed to lift seniors from beds, guide them down hallways, and even chat with them during long stretches of isolation. These machines aren't gimmicks, they're necessities. The market for elderly care has exploded. Asia's largest elder care trade show in Tokyo offers everything from anti-slip chopsticks to smart beds that monitor vital signs in real time. And yet, the industry's growth is shadowed by something darker. Japan is not only struggling to care for the living, but also to handle the logistics of death. As families grow smaller and more scattered, the tradition of elaborate funerals and ancestral graves is fading. New services have emerged to handle the remains of those whose families are gone, unwilling or unable to participate. One company now offers mass sea burial ceremonies, where the ashes of dozens are scattered into Tokyo Bay in one somber release. It's not morbid, it's practical. and it reflects a society adapting, sometimes uncomfortably, to its new demographic. Normal. Despite all this, Japan remains remarkably stable. Crime is low. The trains run on time. The streets are clean. Its democracy, though often stagnant, functions. Its elderly, while numerous, are not a burden in the way many had feared. Japan has managed something that still eludes much of the world. It has aged gracefully, but that grace is not without cost. Behind the order and efficiency lies a deeper uncertainty. What happens to a nation when the forward momentum of growth, the very engine of modern life, stalls indefinitely? Can a society defined by productivity, precision, and innovation continue to thrive in decline? Japan is now a mirror for the future of many nations. South Korea's fertility rate has plunged even lower than Japan's, now hovering around 0.7, a number so low it seems fictional. China's population has begun to shrink as the consequences of decades of the one-child policy come to bear. Across Europe, birth rates are declining. Even the United States, long buoyed by immigration and higher fertility, is beginning to reckon with similar questions. The 21st century, once imagined as an era of limitless growth, may instead become an age of softening footprints and smaller nations. Yet Japan's example is not entirely bleak. It is a story of survival, slow, measured, dignified. It has not collapsed. It has not succumbed to chaos. It has adapted, even if reluctantly. Its streets are quieter, but its society still hums with quiet purpose. In a world obsessed with youth and expansion, Japan is learning to master something else entirely: the art of graceful retreat. And perhaps, in doing so, it is writing a new chapter in the history of human progress, not one defined by how much we grow, but by how well we endure.